Hi, good morning, everybody. Well, you're welcome to Uncle Mike Speaks. This is my personal podcast. This is what I do every Monday. I just try to, express myself and sort of say what's on my mind on certain topics. And today will be no different. But first of all, I hope you all are fine. Your families, or your places of work, your hustle, your purpose, basically. I hope you're all fine. Wherever it is you find yourself in the world, God is still the same. He's still in the business of, bringing men out from obscurity, to the limelight. And it's so funny why I'm waxing this lyrical, because the topic of the episode today is so mind-blowing. I think it's stemmed from, of course, March 3rd, that happens to be his birthday, and a movie was sort of released on that day, and it's like a movie about his life. So that's basically what we're talking about today, and the things that we can learn from the life of this man that has influenced not just the people, but a generation across land borders, across sea borders, even across beliefs and religious angles or sides that you find yourself. And he's like a hero to me. Not to sound like one is over but it's someone that I've followed for quite a long time in my life, and most people call him Adejare, but his names actually is Enoch, Adejare, Adeboye, and the movie was released on the 3rd of March. That happens to be his birthday. He celebrated his 81st birthday, and just a little recap, because I'm very, very sure a lot of you people, my listeners, let me not say a lot, maybe most, have not really seen the movie. I had a friend, he's in the UK now, and when he saw the post yesterday, the first thing he said was, "It's so funny, I've not seen this movie yet, although I've downloaded and I've studied, but I've not had the time to see the movie." So I just laughed and I said, I know, it takes intentionality, it takes a whole lot of things. I personally looked forward to it, and the name of the movie is Enoch, his first name. And let me just throw it out there, the cast was lovely. If you've not seen it, I know some of you have seen it, but if you haven't seen it, the cast was lovely. Yes, it was directed by is it Joshua Mike Bamiloye, but of course by Mount Zion, the children. And if you've seen The Train, the story about the life of evangelist Mike Bamiloye, that we also call him Daddy Mike, you look forward to watching Enoch, because like I said, it's a story of the life of Daddy Gio, the general overseer of the Redeemed Christian Church of God. But for those that didn't really see the movie, and you probably don't know a bit about his life, he has said multiple times that his life, that he came from a very poor family, and that was depicted from the very first scene, where the family, his father and the mother and the siblings, all gathered, to celebrate the buying of an umbrella. And for me, as I was watching with my wife and my mother-in-law, I said, you need to know how poor they were if all they were celebrating was the umbrella that they just bought. And the father kept on saying, they call me poor, they used to say I was the leaders of the poor people. And it just says so much about him. So, and of course, the movie showed that he had a strong will. He was so strong-willed. He wanted to go to school, and he refused to eat for 3 days because he wanted to go to school. I think that sort of set the foundation of the kind of person that he is. He's so strong-willed, and it was so evident. Even when he decided to do the things that he did, you realize very quickly that his strong will, also came out for him. And he literally went to school, became the tops in his class, and the day he was to be given prize, the prize giving day, he had no shoes, but he had to go, ask someone, I think an uncle or something, to get shoes to attend so they could get, so he could get the gift. And it's so funny a story. And he started from there, and he went on, finished from the University of Nigeria in Nsukka, went on to do his master's and PhD in the University of Lagos, and he became a lecturer, and he always had this dream, passion again, to be the youngest vice chancellor, for any university in Nigeria. But of course that didn't come to be because he had a higher purpose. And the purpose was to lead, a certain church. And he saw his wife, Fulu Adeboye, who is now mother in Israel. He liked her, he pursued her. And one thing I really liked about the movie was that it didn't just show the spiritual. Of course, we know he's a spiritual leader, but for me anyway, why I longed so much to see the movie was I wanted to see the other side, what he was like as a human. It's very easy to be tempted to see someone, and to just see him through the lens of a spiritual leader, So, and for me, the movie did well, although I noticed that not so much was, of course, it's a movie. And even the directors have said so many times that the movie was actually originally 4 hours, but when they gave it to Baba Adeboye to watch, because of course it's a movie about his life, that he cut it down to 2 hours, and there were a lot of re-edits and the likes. He decided that no, don't put this. This was not how it actually looked like. He just wanted to put himself out there. And one of the directors also said that when the movie was to be shot, that he asked them, is their interest in making this movie just to entertain, or they want to impact lives? And that sort of tells me the kind of person that he is, and of course he's still among us. He's 81 years old, and every time I'm still awed. I've had the opportunity, I think the closest I've ever been to him was when we were still teenagers and we were like executives, so during the programs or the convention, the escorts, would always form like a chain, and so that, the general overseer was coming, he would come, I think, on a Wednesday to come pray for the children and the teenagers. And that day usually would always be a special day because all the executives will be charged up. Baba Adeboye is coming to this arena, So I think on a particular time he would always walk past me, and I don't know, each time he walked past me, I'm like, wow, Well, I don't know, but a lot of people probably can understand how it is I'm feeling right now. But to go back to the story, so not to deviate so much. So basically, he saw his wife, and they got married. He actually toasted. He saw what he liked. I like that part, that he actually pursued and he got it. But I wanted to use the first 10 minutes to preview the movie itself, and the other 10 to say, okay, the things that we can learn from his life. So another thing that happened was, okay, he married, fell into some issues.